Do you suffer with seasonal affective disorder, also known as SAD, or maybe just with life in general around the winter holidays? If you're like me, you get a double whammy and you deal with both. This can take a huge toll on your mental health, causing depression, anxiety, and just extra stress. So today I'm going to be giving you 11 ways to help you protect your mental health at this emotional time of year. Hi, I'm Jess at JessDickerson.com, and I'm a life coach helping you go from stress to success by giving you the tools to be more motivated, more confident, and less stressed. If you want more content just like this, be sure to go down and hit the subscribe button below. This time of year comes with a lot of extra stuff. There are a lot of holidays crammed really close together, most of which revolve around getting the perfect gift or making the perfect meal that all has to fit into the perfect day. That's a lot of pressure. On top of it all, if you're living in the Northern Hemisphere, you're also dealing with the light disappearing, which can lead to feelings of depression. And then with the holidays, you might be missing loved ones, and it can all hit really hard. Today, first, I'm going to be giving you some ideas about how to deal with the depression that tends to come up this time of year. And then I'm going to be talking about tips you can use to help deal with the stress that tends to crop up around the holidays. Let's get started by talking about the depression. If you're someone like me that tends to teeter on the edge of depression on a regular basis, then this time of year might just toss you right over the edge. And one of the biggest reasons around that is the disappearing light. The way to combat this is just to get more light. You can go outside if it's warm enough, or you can sit by a sunny window. If those don't work for you, you can do what I do and sit near a special light box for 15 to 20 minutes a day. If you happen to need to get up before the sun comes up, which is really hard, then you can use a dawn simulating alarm clock to help brighten up the room naturally so you can get up easier. The next method is exercise. I know when it's cold and dark, all you want to do is sleep, and the last thing you're motivated to do is exercise. But exercise has been proven to boost your mood. To specifically help with mood, try to get 35 minutes 5 days a week or 60 minutes 3 days a week, and even better if you can be exercising under bright lights. The third technique is to help others. Anything from buying the person behind you a cup of coffee to leaving a nice post-it note on a coworker's desk or visiting an elderly neighbor can boost your mood. In fact, it's been shown that helping others actually lifts your mood more than it lifts the person that you helped, although that benefit's not too shabby. So go on out and help somebody else and you'll both get a lift. The fourth way to boost your mood is to bust out the funny movies and the happy playlist. Laughter has been shown to reduce pain and improve mood, and an upbeat playlist has been shown to improve the way you're feeling. The last mood boosting idea today is to get social. I know that when you're depressed that it's really hard to go out. You just want to isolate. But the problem is that isolating just makes it worse. But even if you go out with one friend and have coffee and talk for a little bit, that's a million times better than hiding in your house. Plus, talking with others has been shown to help you understand your problems more and help you be able to cope better. You never know. That friend that you thought was okay might be struggling too, and then you can be there for each other. Now on to dealing with stress. I alluded to the first item I'm going to talk about earlier in the video, and that's trying to make everything perfect. Trying to make the perfect day is a huge waste of energy. Nothing will ever be perfect, and that is totally okay. You do not have to have a holiday that looks like a magazine cover for it to be fun and filled with joy. If you find that your attempt at perfection is sucking all of the fun and excitement and happiness out of it, then it's time to give up perfection and start looking for what's a more realistic emotion to shoot for. Fun, joy, happiness, adventure, anything that's more realistic than perfect. If perfectionism is something that you're struggling with on a regular basis, then check out this video, I'll link it up in the cards, of what you can do to help deal with it. This leads me to my second tip, which is to be careful with your spending. When you're stuck in that perfection place and you're trying to find the perfect gift, it can be really easy to overspend. While giving the perfect gift might feel really good, All of the feelings that the stress of overspending can cause for months to come simply are not worth spending that much money. Just remember that the perfect gift is not necessarily the most expensive, but the one that's the most thoughtful. The next tip to remember is that it's okay to be sad. Yeah, this tip could have been in the depression section too, but it actually does belong in the stress section. The reason is that during the holidays, a lot of us feel this pressure to put on a happy face and just fake our way through it. That actually causes more stress by the attempt of you trying to hide your feelings. No matter what you're going through, it could be a breakup or loss of a loved one or simply just missing family and friends during this time of year. Putting pressure on yourself to be happy when you're not feeling it is just going to stress you out and make you feel worse. Talk to the people that are closest to you and let them know what you're feeling. Help them understand why you might not be at all of the dinners and the parties this year. And then tell them what will actually help you get through the holidays instead of them trying to cheer you up all of the time. The next thing to remember is to be careful what you're eating. There are so many amazing desserts and drinks to be had this time of year, but you need to remember that sometimes bad food equals a bad mood. Keep an eye on the things that might affect you in a negative way. Personally, I love champagne, but it does not love me back. And if I have too much sugar, I just don't feel good. There are other things that I can drink and eat on New Year's Eve, for example, that won't leave me feeling sick and miserable and grumpy. I'll have just as much fun as everybody else, and I won't be spending the next day or week in bed recovering from what I had to eat and drink. To help you navigate all of the open bars and buffets that happen this time of year, just try to keep in mind what's truly special and what's just extra. If your grandmother only makes fudge one time of year, then hell yeah, it's time to indulge on that. But store-bought chocolate chip cookies, they're just extra. So just keep in mind what is truly special and skip all the extra stuff that's just going to make you feel miserable. And just like you don't want to overdo it on the foods, you don't want to overdo it on the events either. While I'm sure it's fun to go to all of the parties and to hand make all of the decorations, at some point it's going to stop being fun and start just draining the life out of you. Consider the holidays and your schedule. Take a look at what's coming up and really think about the thing before you say yes to it. Before you decide to go to an event or take on a project, think about whether it's going to drain you or bring you joy. If it's going to bring you joy, then say hell yes and go do it. But if it's going to drain you, don't feel bad about saying no and skipping it. And this brings me to my last tip, which is to take breaks and take care of yourself. During the holidays, there can be a lot of people crammed into a small space hanging around each other way more than they usually do. And while I'm a card-carrying extrovert, even I still need to take breaks. Do what you need to do to get some breaks and some downtime. You could even volunteer to run down to the store and grab a missing item, and that gets you some alone time and you get a boost by helping out. Also, make sure to schedule whatever self-care things will help you out, even if you only have time for just a long, hot shower. You want the holidays to be fun, and they're not going to be fun if you're too busy being there for everyone else and not taking care of yourself. Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please go down and hit the like button. And if you'd like more awesome content like this, then hit the subscribe button too. If you want more information about this topic, go ahead down to the description and I'll have some links to some articles that I wrote. I'll also have a link for you to be able to sign up for my newsletter so you can get more awesome content like this delivered straight to your inbox. And if you'd like to learn how to work with me one-on-one, I'll have a link to the page with all of my programs and where you can schedule your free call with me. Thanks everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.